The OEM steel has a plastic bearing race. This is all metal. And then I called another local steel dealership. They had one set. All right, let's take a look here. I just acquired this saw, and the story is on it, it is seized up. This saw is seized up due to straight gas, which in my opinion is an easy thing to do. Dealer quoted right here. Let's take a look at the itemizations. Cylinder and piston, $183, $10 for a new bearing. Shop supplies for 10 bucks, and it looks like 110 minutes of labor, $137.50. Total quote was $353.09. The owner of this saw decided that it would be best not to repair it there at the steel dealership, and he gave it to the channel. Good morning, everybody. Oakie Woodsman Channel here. We are going to go ahead and do a project. I've said I'm going to do a lot of things, and we're starting on this with my son today. 390 that's been straight gassed. I just want to give you an idea of what you can do for really affordable. I had a bunch of stuff to order. This is a 390 rebuild kit from Traverse Creek. Look at this. We got piston and cylinder, filter, all this stuff right here. This right here is a dual port muffler for my 460. This is Taiwanese. Now listen, I'm going to keep all the OEM parts that I remove off of that saw, bag them up, and keep them separated. I did this because I didn't want to modify the OEM muffler. So anyway, we got a dual port muffler. I also bought an inexpensive air cleaner from Traverse Creek. I've heard good things about them. Somebody did mention an OEM steel filter is cheaper than an OEM top end. I do agree with that, but I've also had, I'm not convinced. Now listen, if I run this and it's letting fines through like crazy, it's coming off. And I'm showing you this for a reason. I've needed one of these for quite some time. There's going to be a common trend here. Traverse Creek actually was cheaper or comparable to Amazon. This right here was a great deal. I would encourage you to go over to their website. Guys, they're not giving me anything for this. I'm just letting you know because I'm a thrifty person and I want to be able to find the best deal. Guys, I appreciate everything you've done on this channel because your viewership is helping this happen. I could not have done this without your guys' views, comments, shares, and subscriptions. This hobby, YouTube for me right now is a hobby. And right now, I can't dump this much money into a hobby personally right now. So guys, again, I want to say thank you. But with that being said, what that means is I'm always looking for the best deals. Guys, this I bought this 20-inch 3-pack chain from a Duke's set of chains here. I think they're going to be real good. I haven't got a lot of time on them. I like them so well that my 460 needed a chain as well because that saw has skip on it. This right here is 24-inch 063 full chisel chain for the steel. Guys, the prices on this stuff is insane. You know me, I will buy it off of Amazon if it blows away the price of everything. Well, guess what? Amazon does not blow away the price on any of these items. It just doesn't. Now, I'm going to show you a few items I did buy on Amazon, because that was the best deal. And it was also not available at Traverse Creek. I needed some thread locker, everybody. That's equivalent to the 242 Loctite stuff. I needed one of these. Y'all, do you know how much they charge for this at the big box store? I think I saw it for $17 recently. I saw other places online be $12, $13. This on Amazon was far less. I will link in my description. I needed some of these bumpers here. Okay, this 10-pack. I didn't see these on Duke's website, on the Traverse Creek website. These right here were inexpensive on Amazon. And then this right here, everybody, let's just take a gander in here. I haven't even looked at this yet. And guys, please understand, I do want to keep the important bits of this 460 as OEM as possible. But when it comes down to it, again, I don't have a bunch of extra money to spend money at the dealership. I just don't. This right here is a solution to my chain catch being messed up on the 460. Now what these are is these are just like West Coast spikes. I got the Loctite so I can Loctite these bolts and nuts together. And there's my new chain catch. So this was about the same price as just buying that aluminum chain catch. I also wasn't real impressed with the limited time I had on that 460. The dogs were really small. So anyway, that's what I wanted to show you here on this stuff. To reiterate, you can get a lot for a good price from Traverse Creek, and then not only that, they have the coupons when you sign up for an email. I'm sounding like an advertisement. Guys, they've given me nothing. I have spoken with them, but they have given me nothing. I am just a regular customer, okay? So just want to let you know that. Guys, we're going to go ahead and get into this 390 today. My youngest son is a little motorhead. We're going to call him Oakie Woodsman Jr. Oakie Woodsman Jr. here, okay? This boy right here wants nothing more than to build a saw with me. And he, like I've told stories before, we've caught him out here just starting up a string trimmer repeatedly. I just had him blow off these. Guys, he is super excited about this. We got the 435 that was messed up and incomplete. The gentleman that I traded the 660 for and the 460 down there south of Tulsa, he gave that 440 to my son specifically because it might have almost everything this needs, if not everything. So this guy really doesn't want to work on this 390. He wants to work on the Husqvarna, don't you? What it's about, guys, is I believe I have enough parts on that 390 to actually fix it. So I don't want to get into those two saws yet because I hate open-ended projects. And so those saws, we have to combine stuff, and I might still need to order a piston and cylinder for them. So that's why. So I just don't want to get started on a project that we can't finish or get close to finishing, okay? Because if this saw doesn't get finished today, it'll most likely because we run out of time, not because we don't have the parts. Let's go ahead and I'm going to get you set up here. My boy and I are doing this together. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the piston and cylinder here. This is what came from Traverse Creek. This pin holds on the piston. Those are the rings for the piston.
Oh, yeah, well.
Okay. Circlips. Guys, I've never done this before. We're seeing if we can fix this saw on a budget. Check this out. We got the Duke's cylinder, decomp hole, spark plug. Got the piston. Piston's in the bore. Let's take a look at this, everybody. See, does this look good? I haven't even got to look at it yet. We've got our exhaust side of the piston. Everybody, what our goal is on this saw is to repair it affordably. This saw, when it was straight gassed by a friend of mine, it was taken to the STIHL dealership, and the repair estimate was approximately, what was it, like 350? 350, 400, somewhere around there. I'll insert a picture of the quote. Now that was all OEM parts. This is not OEM. My goal is to repair this saw for less than $50. Can we do it? So that's what we're going to find out today. Guys, do not put your wife's aluminum muffin tins in the dishwasher. It ruined it. But anyway, now I have a parts tray. Make sure they're all the same length, because if they're not the same length, we need to pay attention to what ones are what, okay? Guys, handy tools right here. I'll try to link them on Amazon. This is a set of Torx drivers that you can hook onto a drill or an impact. One thing is I did accidentally get the security bits here. Didn't mean to do that. But what that means is I do break loose any tough bolts with a hand tool, and then I just basically use this to take the threads out. You want to make sure you know that all the stuff, look at this, okay, they're all for the same. Is there any under there? Okay, now set it down again. We're going to mark on our tray, guys. This will help us out. And I'm using pencil because it'll just wipe right off. I just went ahead and marked handle. This is the way I'm going to do this because I'm not real familiar with this saw. Guys, a good tutorial on this saw, if you want an extensive tutorial, is from Super Dave. He has almost 3 hours on this particular tool.
Screwing. Good, you got it.
Every one of the bolts in the handle was all the same. Now, I'm going to have you go ahead and put the glasses on. I want you to blow this off more. Yeah, oh, they fly, I mean.
Oh,
okay.
Fly. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, we got it.
Inside the clutch. Blow that area out. Just blow it. The only reason why this worked out so well is because the saw is frozen. If the saw has, if it can move, what you've got to do, sometimes you have to use a piston stop or a piece of rope inside the cylinder to block it. Okay? Well, you're going to learn more about this. Do you want to keep doing this kind of stuff, bud?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yes,
All
it
right.
would be really fun on the 440 and the 435 over there.
Now, another thing we can do is we can keep our area clean while we're waiting. I truly have zero experience with this model.
Didn't you say you were going to...
If I remember right, watching Dave, I don't think there's actually a,
bolt in there?
there's not a bolt in there, that's right. Okay. So all 4 of the bolts hanging on the recoil start are the same. Wow, very dirty, very dirty. We're gonna blow this out as well. This shows that because you super clean the outside and make it look pretty, this is a lot of buildup from time. And so it's important to be able to take these things out as well. Okay. So this right here, if you flick the handle forward, you can then pop this out, okay? This is the throttle linkage. Right there with the carburetor parts, right in there. And okay. Let's go right here, hold on. Okay, let's look at it. Probably won't use this again, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
So...
That right there is going to have to push through the case here. That's not going to work because it's going to mushroom it out.
Maybe we'll have better luck. Yeah, we got it.
Okay, now let's pay attention to how this goes in. Okay.
Okay. There we go. We got it.
Yep, regular. Going to drop it right in there. Let's start removing the plastic case up here, okay? The same?
Size, I guess.
Okay. Do you see what I'm doing? Look.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to do that. We're getting further, aren't we? Look at that scoring right there.
Ooh.
What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to spray some WD-40 into there to hopefully help pull this jug off. No. You never want to take off something with springs if you don't have to. We popped off our... Look at that. See that? Thank you, Dave. Remember, I always talk about professional versus homeowner or farm and ranch.
MS.
On the Echo saw or the MS460 or my 562 or 545, we wouldn't have had to do all this. We would take off bolts here and pull this off at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this right here, the whole engine's going to come out of the frame. This is a frame, okay? So you don't want to break this gasket because we don't have an extra one of those, okay? Now we're going to go ahead and put those inside of here with all the exhaust stuff. Okay, right in here. This is called the intake boot. Okay, yep, perfect. Find the bolts that we need to take out.
Under here.
All right, go ahead and... Oh, gosh. Okay, now you can go ahead and... It's still going to be strong, so you're going to have to hold on. Okay. Oh, we need something in the mail right now. If it didn't come, we won't be able to finish this.
Ooh.
Okay. Guys, I was hoping that this would come. This is my case sealant Dave did tell me to get, there was some other nice stuff, but this was what I was able to get on Amazon because I don't live in a metro area. I just don't have a lot of options around me, and I couldn't find anything. So I'm going to try to use this. If it doesn't work, I will get something else in the future, but this was a good price on Amazon. When this spins, when your chain is spinning, this spins that, which then pumps oil. This is the oil pump. This is probably the most difficult hidden bolt you'll find on this whole saw. We need to be able to take this stud out. Tighten the nut against the nut. It's off. You want to try?
Yep.
Okay, I'll hold this. Go ahead and...
That's hard.
This was a great idea. I love that closed-in box wrench there for this purpose. That was awesome. Guys, this is my first time doing this. Slide that off, and then we're going to go ahead and pull the pump out to the side here. Finally loose. When this engine comes apart, or when you put sealant back on it, the engine's not held together. It's held together with the bolts, and then it all tightens together. So I think that this is a little bit rough right here. Okay, you can tilt it in that way.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh.
This is going to be potentially a hard part. Oh, cool. Oh, awesome. It came out. Look at that. I'm glad I put the WD-40 in there, everybody. So this is the straight gas right here. It's seized up.
Look at that.
I'm not going to just chuck this right away because I want to take a look at it.
Yep.
I'm going to revisit this later. We're going to go with brand new top end right now, but this is a steel top end. Let's see what... Oh. So the bearings failed in this as well. The race on the bearing failed. So it's really cool that I bought this kit from, it's actually great. Duke's provided a bearing kit. Man, you know what? It's cool. It came with seals too. So see the race there? It blew up. It got hot basically.
Oh, wow.
So we did pretty good having all the stuff we needed. A little bit of a wrench happened when we found that the case bearing was bad, when the crank bearing was bad. So now we have to get the bearings off of the crank. All right, so we got the bearings off in an unofficial, not a great way. I was able to use my puller eventually. I had to just slowly, basically, I heated it up, but that didn't do, I don't think it did anything. We used scrunch, chisel, and we just worked. We flipped it 180 degrees each time. Tap, 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 whack, whack, whack. Got it all off. Now, this is really interesting. I'm putting Chinese crank bearings in here, guys, because that's what came with the kit, and I didn't even know I needed them. But let me show you something really interesting here. We got the Chinese one on the right, and we have the OEM steel. The OEM steel has a plastic bearing race. This is all metal. So this one would actually do better if you heated it up, okay? The bearing feels excellent. I'm using the bearings from Traverse Creek. This is what happens to a bearing race when it fails. Right there. In fact, when I pulled the crank seal was damaged because of this bearing doing this. See that? The plastic blowing out of it, it kept spinning. The shaft was supported, but I think when a piece of plastic blew out the side, it messed up the crank seal. This is what I'm using for assembly lube because I'm probably I have plenty of red armor, and there's nothing wrong with this steel stuff right here, but that's what we're doing here. Just get some there on the crank, and I'm gonna start lightly tapping that down. This is not the way you do this officially, but it's the way I'm doing it because that's what I've got right now. I want to make sure I'm not marring my my crank at all. Nice. That goes on really easily. That went on extremely easily there. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing on this other side using STIHL 2-stroke oil because I have a bunch of it, and like I said, I use the Red Armor. Nothing against this. I would use this over the Ultra any day over over the Ultra. This proves you don't need a lot of special tools to do this, guys. I think we're all the way down, but I'm going to finish up right here. All right, it's there. I also do want to get some oil down into this bearing down in here. Would not hurt to have something to squirt it in there, but I don't. So I'm just going to slather it in. There's no slop. I don't feel anything this way. I think we're doing okay there. We're going to dry fit this. I had this all cleaned up. I'm going to go ahead and spray it again with parts cleaner because I need to seal it up. Now what I am going to do though before I do that is we're going to go ahead and get the piston and the rings put on. Flywheel side on that side. We got our PTO side on this side. On the rings you want to make sure that you put the, do you see those little steps there? There's pins that those orient on the piston, so you need to make sure you have that right. I'm going to real quickly throw some more lube around in this inside the groove. You can see that when the rings compress, they form around that pin right there. I'm kind of nervous to do this, guys. I've really never done this. I've worked on automobile engines, but that was half my life ago. That was actually half my life ago. So it's been so long since I've done something like this. I'm gonna... There it is. There it is. Okay, so we've got the piston inside there. Okay, we need the saw now.
The saw.
Oh, cool. Oh my gosh, no way. Did I get it in there already? I did.
Yes, you did.
Awesome. Okay. We assembled this saw. We cranked this all down, and then I thought I was going to put the crank seals in afterwards. Mistake. On this type of saw, I put in the crank seals. I split it again, cleaned it up, put sealant back in there. And then I slid the crank seals onto the crankshaft where they went, then screwed it down, and so now I've got my seals in here nicely. Okay, now I did kind of distort one of the crank seals a little bit. I put it on the flywheel side because if for some reason it didn't work, I think that one might be easier to get to. I don't know. But anyway, I called the STIHL dealership. I called the one local dealership. They didn't have any. They were going to have to order them. And then I called another local STIHL dealership. They had one set of crank seals. I asked how much. I was thinking 10 bucks for both of them. I'd go get them. They were $10 a piece, $20. For $20, I could probably buy a whole bag of them online. And yes, of course, it would be nice to have the STIHL ones, but this saw has already non-OEM parts on it. I'm not worried about it that much. It's time to go ahead and start reassembling. I'm probably not going to show all of this because that's not the point of this video. The point is my son and I are building this saw, rebuilding it, trying to save it, and it's pretty neat.
So, Dad, why do you need to? Why do you put non-OEM stuff on here, and why would you put OEM stuff on the other side?
Because that saw is special and valuable. It's professional, and this one's not.
Okay.
This is a farm and ranch saw.
So you're trying to use the non-OEM stuff on the cheaper.
Correct.
Cheaper equipment.
On the saw that's less important.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this up now. Okay, that's off. Good job.
Yes.
Did you get it?
Yes.
All right. Yes.
Yes.
All right, here. Okay, so
Let's see. I
now,
know how it goes on. So
boy, those are very restrictive. but we're gonna keep it stock for now. Okay, let's put a washer on each one of those.
Yes.
Okay. Move on to the next one. You want to kind of evenly tighten them down, okay?
I got it. Yes.
If you hold down lower, it's easier. See? No decomp, it's gone.
Yes.
Why? Because I got this when I was a boy, like probably 13, 14 years old. My father, like I told you, he's bought tools for me. This is a USA made Husky. They were like my favorite tools. They were just like snap-ons back in the day. I loved them. But yeah, they're special. They're sentimental to me.
They're like.
Yeah, don't go crazy with them. All right, I think we're good. We don't have any parts left over. We don't have any parts left over.
We did it.
Are you excited?
Yes.
All right, let's get this done here.
That's the thing.
So what do you think? Do you think it's gonna start? Let's see here. So we're gonna put it on here. There's no decomp anymore.
That sounds so good.
Should have oil. Hey, it runs. Now I got to figure out the oil. I messed something up. It wasn't in there right. Look at that, it shredded it. The worm gear.
Oh.
Shoot. Okay, so I did something wrong. I don't know what I did wrong, but I did something wrong. We might just buy a new oiler for it too. I don't know. This oiler could have been seized. It's hard to say. In fact, I'm going to pull the whole thing off. That's what I'm going to do. Pull the whole thing off. Yeah, look at that. Toasted that. So...
You're so confident.
Well, hey, no, we got the saw running. That was the major thing. This just, I don't know if I did something wrong here, everybody, or what happened, but let me know. You know what? This was messed up or something. This oiler doesn't move freely. I think there was something wrong with this oiler here, everybody. I need to order a new oiler for this sucker. I'll get that probably from Amazon or something. All right, well, listen, we got a saw that runs. Let me go ahead and pop this off one more time.
That sounds good.
Turn it off. Go ahead and kick it. Okay, now start it again. Good job, bud. Good job. Hey, do you have anything to say?
This is probably the coolest thing I've done in a while. redoing this saw. I'm so glad it runs. If it didn't run, I would be so disappointed. So disappointed. We went through all this trouble to
but you know what?
running.
Even if it didn't, we could still work through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can still make it run.
Now, I was told that this saw, if you do a muffler mod on it,
Does it work way better?
oh yeah, it needs a muffler mod. Oakie Woodsman here.
Oakie Woodsman Jr. here.
Oakie Woodsman and Oakie Woodsman Jr. Thank you for watching, and we'll have more on this saw a little bit later. Have a good one.